To understand who the Sisters of the Company of Mary Our Lady are, and their works and ministries, we must begin with their founding story, the life and vision of Saint Jeanne de Lestonnac. What is today a worldwide network of doing the work of the Lord through education in various forms begins in Bordeaux, France, over 400 years ago. Jeanne is the name of this great woman and saint. Her life has 4 distinct moments that can be told through variations of her name: Jeanne de Lestonnac, Jeanne de Montferrant, Jeanne of Saint Bernard, Jeanne de Lestonnac, and Jeanne, daughter of Our Lady. Jeanne de Lestonnac is born in 1556 to Richard de Lestonnac and Jeanne de Montferrant, both belonging to influential families in Bordeaux. Jeanne is the firstborn, and upon her birth she is baptized at the Saint Andre Cathedral in Bordeaux. However, Jeanne grows up in very tumultuous times, in the midst of great civil and personal family religious conflict, the wars of religion between Catholics and Protestants. Within the family setting, she experiences the tension between her mother, who converted to Calvinism, and her father, who is a staunch Catholic. A very significant person in her life is her uncle, her mother's brother, the renowned humanist philosopher Michel de Montaigne. Michel de Montaigne has great admiration for his niece and comments on her superior intelligence and character. His influence is most evident in her personal approach to life and to the educational philosophy she will adopt. His belief in honoring a person's freedom supports Jeanne in her desire to remain faithful to her Catholic faith. In her early youth, in the midst of her struggles of faith, Jeanne hears God's call within her. "My daughter, be careful not to let the fire I have enkindled in your heart die out." As Jeanne grows, she feels drawn to religious life. However, due to the religious conflict still at its peak, her father advises against it. She agrees to the marriage plans proposed to her. In the church of Saint Eloi, Jeanne celebrates her wedding with Gaston de Montferrant in 1573. She moves to Landiras, a village about 40 kilometers from Bordeaux, where her husband is the Baron. She now becomes the Baroness of Landiras. Nearby lies the castle of Landiras, where Gaston and Jeanne raise 5 children. Here she experiences the warmth of family life, educating her children, relating with the workers of the estate and the people of the village. After 24 years of married life, Jeanne is widowed, and soon after losing her husband, her oldest son also passes on. Meanwhile, her father and uncle, Michel de Montaigne, have also since died. She must now take on the responsibilities of running the family business. She is a wise administrator of the family estate and is dearly loved by the villagers and workers. She begins a new period in her life, Jeanne of Saint Bernard. Her children now grown, the call she heard in her heart in her youth echoes once again. "Take care to keep alive the fire I have enkindled in your heart." She interprets this call as a call to religious life. Her son insists on the difficulty she will encounter, but he does not succeed in changing her mind. Jeanne entrusts the family affairs to him. So at the age of 46, she decides to enter the convent and embarks on her journey to the Cistercian monastery in Toulouse. Life in the monastery gives her a sense of peace, closeness to God, and fulfillment. But it surpasses her strength, and at the end of 6 months, she becomes deathly ill. Upon hearing the news that the doctor has advised that she leave or she will die, and that the superior takes this as a sign that this life is not God's will for Jeanne, she finds no other way to deal with the blow but to turn to prayer. On this dark night, she begs and implores God to show her the path she must follow. She is willing to die. Her deepest desire is to give her life to God. She thought she was responding to God's call. But what is God's will for her? Her heart is heavy with confusion and disappointment. As she prays, the dark night begins to take on light in her heart. God reveals to her the mission she is called to fulfill. She sees a multitude of girls on the brink of being lost. They reach out to her. They will be lost unless someone extends them a helping hand. A great peace overcomes her. She understands that it is she who must extend her hand to them. Mary is the inspiration and protectress of this endeavor. She returns to Bordeaux and withdraws to a secluded area of the estate, La Motte. Here she reflects on what she has seen, what she has experienced, on the meaning of all her life experiences as a whole, and she prays and discerns the specifics of God's design. Jeanne is known for her great love for the city and the people of Bordeaux. Thus, when it falls prey to the devastating plague, she, with a small group of young women, go out to care for the sick. God's call begins to take shape. It is she who must extend her hand. She sees the dire need of girls needing to be educated in their faith and in all ways, to develop their own potential for the good of families and society. And from her own life experience, she knows the importance of having a strong foundation in the faith. Institutions for the formal education of girls did not exist at the time. This is the most urgent need of her time. This is the mission God has given her. This is how she is to extend her hand. God has inspired her to found an order dedicated to the education of girls, the Order of the Company of Mary Our Lady. A group of 4 young women joined this mission. The order receives canonical approval from Pope Pius V on April 7, 1607. Mary's life and her following of Jesus will be the inspiration to her apostolic mission. Jeanne de Lestonnac bases her project of an apostolic religious order on Ignatian spirituality, to find God in everything, and in everything to love and to serve. The fame of the first school, founded in 1610, spreads through all of Bordeaux, and petitions for new foundations began to come from all parts of France. The education of the whole child becomes the trademark of the education carried out by Jeanne de Lestonnac. Jeanne dies on February 2, 1640, at the age of 84. By this time, 30 convent schools have been founded throughout France. The sisters believe that Jeanne, together with Mary, mother and protectress, will continue to accompany them throughout time. The work she began will bear fruit all over the world for centuries to come.